Hey folks, thanks for stopping by and watching this video. Today we're going to look at Ultimate Daemon in beta. I've been selected to test some of the functionality of Ultimate Daemon, and if you watched a few other videos, we've done things like bookmarking, we've done a press release, we've also fed one of the sites to an RSS, several RSS feed sites, and today we're actually going to create some Web 2.0 properties. Now, for those of you who don't know what Web 2.0 properties are, they're basically, they take on many forms, but the ones we're most concerned with are sites that allow us to do some microblogging. And we're going to end up using these microblogs as a way to backlink to some of our other web properties that are more important. This is really how you create a lot of link wheels and link trees. Now there's a trick to Web 2.0 properties, is that they're pretty stringent, so you don't want to put something too obvious, at least initially for your first post. They're really sites that you want to develop over the long run, and but they serve as fantastic backlinking tools because you can add multiple links as time progresses. So what I want to show you first though is, if you haven't seen it yet, this is the Ultimate Daemon interface, and this is the getting started screen. I have this to pop up just to show you a little bit about what Ultimate Daemon can do. It's a super easy tool to use. It really is the most comprehensive backlinking tool that I found, and I've used SE Nuke before, up until recently actually. All of the Edwinsoft products, blog comment daemon, article daemon, bookmarking daemon, and now this is their newest product, Ultimate Daemon. So let's go through here. But this is the overview really. You create a task. In this case, we're going to create a Web 2.0 task. We select the sites, we set up our profile, we fill in our content, we set a submission time, we save the task, and we start the submitter. And here is the actual steps, and you're going to see how easy this is to actually create these properties, which usually can take quite a long time, especially because you want a lot of these posts to look somewhat similar, or at least have you want your initial post to be very neutral, very non-assuming, and very natural, like a real person's actually doing it. So we're going to save the task and then finally start the submitter. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Now again, this is my first time building Web 2.0 properties with Ultimate Daemon. So, this is the beta version, and they've made, 2 updates which fixed a few little bugs, and added some enhancements. So I don't know quite what to expect, so this is a new adventure for me as well. So if I stumble around a little bit, if I ramble, excuse me, obviously this is totally unrehearsed, and what you're seeing is a first look at, the Ultimate Daemon product. So we're going to go ahead and hit new and Web 2.0. All right, and this is a really simple process. So when you select the sites, you create account profiles if you haven't already, and then you add in your Web 2.0 details, and we're going to list a project name and then the tasks name. So let's go and add our sites, and here you can see we have just a handful of sites. And let's go, but I mean, look at these page ranks are all really good. It's not going to surprise me if we can't create an account on BraveNet, by the way. I haven't had a lot of success with those guys. But, I use Tumblr. I have some other web assets on Thoughts and blog.co.uk. This one's a new one for me, BlurredES. This one's a new one for me as well. All right, so we're going to add all of these, which is 8 properties. And now, let's see, what does it say? Okay, remarks. All right, we're going to create an account profile. So create new account profile. This is a really neat option. So instead of going in there and creating the accounts manually and then loading your accounts into the tool, it does it from the very beginning. It's going to create the accounts. It's going to verify the emails coming back to you, and then it's going to submit it, which is really pretty slick. So profile name, We're going to go with we're going to create a profile name of Turkey Girl 11 to pay a little homage to Thanksgiving. And let's go ahead and pick an email. And I already set up this email account, and it's really simple to do this. I've showed you in a few other videos, but I'm going to click on this. Basically, you put in your email address. If it's a cPanel, you put it in there, and it's going to create the whole account for you. It'll verify it, and basically all the verification emails go to that account. AdamSoft pulls them from off the server, verifies them all, and it's all one step. It's really seamless. Pictures are really important. You know, a lot of ways that some of the sites determine if this is, you know, if you're spamming them or if it's a robot that's doing it or a bot, is they're going to look for little details like profiles or descriptions. So you want to go in there and invest time in building out your Web 2.0 properties. This helps to make that process easier. Here's a nice feature, is that it's actually going to take several random emails and it's going to spin them, right? So it looks, each profile looks a little bit different with the city. We're going to use local proxies and hit save. All right, now let's see, it's asking for a author bio. All right, now if I went ahead and paused the video and expanded this a little bit. Okay, here's the author bio. And we're going to put something really general in here. I'm going to go ahead and pause the video just so I can type this up, and then we'll get right back to it. 1 second. Okay, I went and restarted the video again just because I want to show you some of the features here. Under this miscellaneous, we have to fill out, you know, the author's bio, which again, really general. When you're creating these Web 2.0 sites, what you're looking for is general, right? Website title, we're going to call this make this really simple. Website URL, we're not going to put a website URL here. Now what we're going to do is once we develop these properties, we're going to go back in eventually and we're going to fix all of that. All right, company name, we're just going to put NA, job title. This is kind of nice. What it's doing is it's giving us a random title, child care worker, kind of fits the theme of a female who's just an ordinary girl blogging. Subdomain, this is important because a lot of these sites will create a subdomain for you, such as ordinarygirl.blurty.com. So what we're going to do is we can spin this. So this is important because if the name's already taken, it's going to try another name. So at least that's what I think it's going to do. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's see. Let me pause the video so I can get a little creative here. 1 second. Okay, yeah, I wanted to show you an important feature here. So this actually allows you. It has the best spinner. I have not loaded my API yet, but it also comes with its own spinning tool. So say welcome. You can always hit this button here, and it's going to take you to use other words, right? Or it's going to allow you to use other words and then put them in the spun syntax. Subtitle. Put okay, again, not that important as far as what goes into here. I want it to be very, very general. So I have all the information here saved. And I'm going to save that. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a really general blog post. And the reason why, and I'm not going to spin it, because I'm going to go back in there and I'm going to change it up anyway. But I just want them to look at this initial post, and I don't want it to raise any red flags at all. And this is some stuff that I do manually. Thankfully, though, Ultimate Daemon, will help automate a huge part of that, huge part of this. So in this case, I'm not going to spin anything here. I'm going to cut and paste in the body. Now, here's what I've noticed with if you're going to Control Z. Hold on one second. If you're going to build out these web properties, these Web 2.0 properties, it's important, from what I've noticed, is not to add up too many keywords, because they'll look at those keywords and they'll, the sites that I put up with no keywords generally tend to get approved than if I put keywords on them initially. Now, for my second or third post, that's when I start adding some of the keywords. Okay, and so project name, we're going to go to default, and task name, we're going to do, we're just going to call it Web 2.0. We're going to have the submit now, account protection is enabled. We're going to slow this down, and let's go ahead and hit save. They're going to ask for, so I'm just going to do blog for a keyword. And let's go ahead and preview for this real quick. And for a first post, that actually looks really good. So close it and hit save. And this is how easy it is to use this tool. So what it's doing is it's going in there, it's trying to find my IP, it's hidden, and you can see simulating human submission. So it's interfacing with the websites, and it's trying to appear as human as possible, which is a huge benefit whenever you're submitting to these Web 2.0 properties. And let's see, so it's solving the CAPTCHAs, and what you're going to see, account created successfully. Now it's going to go back and it's going to verify all of the emails automatically, so you don't have to do anything. Once it verifies the emails, see how it's already posting? So it's posting that first blog that we had, it's automatically posting it to the sites. Now, what I'll do after the fact is I'll go in there and I'll modify the sites ever so slightly. I'll change up some of the wording, but for right now, all I'm concerned with is making sure that it, that we can create the account. Now, one thing I have noticed with Web 2.0 properties is that they're not very quick to index, but thankfully, the Ultimate Daemon has a pinging service where it'll actually ping all of your sites and your subdomains where you created these sites, and it's going to get them indexed faster. But like I said, this is a real critical role to building great backlinks. And if you're building sophisticated link trees or link wheels, this is crucial. And in fact, you really can't do it without Web 2.0 properties. So I know that we're reviewing Ultimate Daemon. I'm talking a lot about Web 2. I'm talking a lot of strategy here. And a large part of that is, typically in the past you had to do this manually, and this is the first tool that I know of that actually will automate this process for you, which is huge. And as far as I know, SE Nuke will not do this for you. Ultimate Daemon is the only tool on the market that I'm aware of that'll actually build out this Web 2.0 properties. And as you can see, it's already posting. It's already posting here, which is great. And let's see, pending 7, so we still have 7 to go, and one of them's already been completed. And verifying publication, check that it's automatically going out there and saying, hey, was this posted? Is this live? And that's, that's really neat. It looks like Minted has up to 20% off of your holiday order. Must be a Black Friday special. Let me close down the Outlook. No, I guess not going to let me do it from there. All right, pending 6. We have 2 completed already. And these are some of the other campaigns or tasks that we ran. Bookmarking, RSS. We already did a video. The attention required. The reason why this shows 11 right here is I actually used a username that I had used before. I didn't even think about it, and that's why you have the 11. The success rate would have been much higher if I would have actually been a little bit more creative and chose a different account name. Now this is kind of neat. If it wasn't successful the first time, it's going to attempt it several other times. There could be multiple reasons why it wasn't successful. The majority of the time it's because it couldn't solve the CAPTCHA, so it's resolving it again. And again, this is really neat. Simulating human submission. This is crucial if you use an article submission software, right? Bookmarking software, you need to make sure that it has this functionality built into it where it's simulating human behavior, because it's always going to lead to higher success rates in terms of account creation and submission. So it's something to always look for, whether if it's whatever you choose to use. Now, like I said before, this is the beta version, and as you can see, we don't have a lot of, there's really no issues to report here. There might be a few enhancements that we can recommend, but this thing is really just kind of running on autopilot. And the beauty of this is that we can schedule this amongst other tasks, so you can have several tasks running concurrently. So we can have a press release task that's running, and let's say we're doing a bookmarking task that's running. All of these things are running concurrently, and it really is kind of a set and forget. At least that's what I've seen so far. And this is by far the easiest tool out there to use from what I've seen so far. I'm pretty excited about this product, and I think it's one of the ones that it's going to replace a lot of tools. So I'll definitely be one of the first purchasers of this product. This is kind of cool. See this little pinging right here? So let's go over here to ping, and what it's doing is it's actually pinging. It's already pinging this post right here. So we created this at blog.co.uk, and it's already pinging it. So let's go ahead and, out of curiosity, let's pull this up real quick. And we just created this account. And check that out. There it is. That's pretty impressive. So it's the pinging feature is taking this side here and it's pinging it up against the list that I had loaded. And now we didn't see a profile, but we can always change that. And if you read this, you're going to see, it's very, very general. I even threw some Thanksgiving terms in there. I threw a little Black Friday. That way it seems really relevant. And that's a good tip to use, is that anything that is a current event, if you use it in your initial post, you're going to have a higher likelihood that that's going to be approved for you. So it's a little tip for you. Okay, let's go and close or move this out of the way. All right, look at this Nashville girl at Newsvine. Let's go and check that one out. And if you noticed, so when I spun those, I spun Nashville girl, Austin girl, Dallas girl. Just to give them all a different feel. Now, if I am targeting a specific keyword, I'll generally use that keyword in the subdomain. You got to be careful because sometimes it looks pretty spammy. So, but here's Newsvine, and here's our post. I mean, how cool is that? And that's pretty slick, huh? Now, the cool thing is that now that it's stored in here, and this is one of the biggest problems with Web 2.0 properties, is that you got to go back and you got to if you create a post, you got to manually submit it to each one of them. Because all of the accounts are created in Ultimate Daemon, all you have to do is load up your new post, and it's going to publish your post to all of those Web 2.0 properties, and that's a huge time saver. But again, this is a look at Web 2.0. This is my first time doing it. So you've kind of seen firsthand, even in the beta version, how easy this is to use. I'm going to go ahead and let it continue pinging. Until then, I'm going to sign off. And if you have any questions, leave me a comment. Make sure you visit our site, and we will. You can subscribe, and we'll send you more updates, more videos as they become available. The beta is actually scheduled to end today. That's why I'm doing the videos so late at night. And then, I'll update you on any enhancements that we hear. Until then, hey, have a great weekend, and come back and visit us. Thanks.